Alright, this is Jonathan from
Saratoga Pool and Tub Company. So, what's going on here with this pool system, okay? When we look at a pool system, we always start with the pump first. You can always figure out any kind of pool system by looking at the pump. We start at the pump. Any pump that you're going to see in the world, the suction is here. It's always coming into the front of the pump. Discharge of the pump is here. Discharge, water exiting, water being pumped, water coming out of the pump. Suction, water entering the pump, okay? You've got two suction lines here, a main drain and a skimmer, okay? If we go back to the pool, we look, there's a skimmer in there, there's one skimmer, there's one main drain. Now, water's being sucked to these things. If we wanted to force more suction to the skimmer when we were vacuuming the pool, what would we do? We would shut off the main drain. Now we're sucking more from the skimmer, we have better suction on the pool vacuum. So, water's being pumped, it's now being filtered. Over the sand bed, up through the filter, it's coming out. Now, we have a heat exchanger here. This is a heat pump. Not my personal favorite up here in the Northeast, all right? But we have something called a bypass here. What that means is that the water can either go through the heater or it can bypass the heater. Right now it's bypassing the heater. This, and this are your bypass system, okay? Water's being filtered, coming out. Flow of water is this way. This is on, perpendicular, parallel to the pipe. It's coming through. It's going through our return or our jets, okay? These are perpendicular to the pipe, okay, or 90-degree angle. Therefore, they're closed. There's no water going through here. If we wanted to turn the heater on, we would turn off our bypass and we would have our two heater valves on, okay? There's only two ways that these can be configured ever. Either this is off and these two are on, okay? Or this is on and these two are off. Now, it now goes through, back down here, and like I say, these are our return lines. You know, you probably have a step jet, shallow end jets, and deep end jets. This here is our chlorinator, okay? We open this, we put chlorine in. There's a dial on the back here to adjust the amount of which it chlorinates at. It can be higher or lower. Usually we keep it in about the middle. With this pool, you might even keep it on the lower end because it's a shallow pool, smaller volume of water. That's just up to you to see where the balance is. It also depends on heat, temperature, so on and so forth. Weekly, you know, what we're looking like as far as weather goes. Really, that's about it. You know, then of course we have the multi-port valve, which we explained. This is your multi-port valve top mount. This gives us functionality on the pool, okay? We have, it's on filter right now, is normal operation. 180 degrees from filter would be backwash. That's when our filter, our sand filter collects a lot of dirt, okay? And we need to flush it out of there. We would then turn the pump off. You never move the multi-port valve without shutting the pump first. You shut off the pump, you take this, you move it over to backwash, you turn back on the pump, you look for your sight glass. This is your waste line, okay? And the water that's going out there is dirty. Once it's cleaned up through the use of your sight glass over here, which is on the back of your waste line, okay, we would come over to rinse, all right? We look at the sight glass, looking for crystal clear water. Once that's done, we come back to filter, all right? The waste function on here is simply pumping water from our pump, discharge of the pump, and bypasses everything and goes straight out the waste. Nice way to drain the water, okay? Closed we would use if we open up the pump lid and we're gonna clean the pump strainer basket so that we don't lose a prime. Nice to use closed, okay? Recirculate is simply pumping water from the pump back into the pool. That bypasses the filter. That's sometimes a nice way to add chemicals through the skimmer. And then we run over rinse, and of course we have filter. But other than that, that's about it really here. You know, that's pretty much it. When you go to add chlorine to the pool, you would turn the pump off, like so. You open the chlorinator. Since we can hear it losing water, a prime, you hear that sucking, we shut that valve off. See, and look, there's also chlorine in there right now too. So we take these chlorine tablets, we add those chlorine tablets in there. We also just since this is a new pool, I'm just inspecting here inside of the chlorinator. There's an O-ring there, and that's a Viton O-ring, okay? And sometimes you'll have trouble putting this chlorinator on, or it'll be leaking from there. This is a special kind of stronger rubber that is more resistant to the corrosive acidic properties of the chlorine tablets with which it's always bathed in. So we pop that back on. We open our line back there. And then we turn our pool back on. And then again, we do an adjustment. So right now, we can see this chlorinator is, well, it's on full, but we'll keep it about half and half. I suspect that there might be a problem with this chlorinator if you haven't added any chlorine in some time, and there's still chlorine in there, and we don't have a chlorine residual in the pool, which we don't. So that's another thing that, you know, we keep our eye on there. But really, other than that, this is a good system, fairly basic system, and everything seems to be working nicely. We have a full head of water here too. There's no air in the pot, okay? So that's a good thing. That's completely filled with water seamlessly. Other than that, that's really much about it.